Hello everyone and welcome. I'm excited to kick off today's presentation with the topic, Acacia wattle. On this first slide, we're setting the stage for what's to come. We'll explore the fascinating world of acacia, also known as wattle, including its significance and characteristics. So let's dive in and discover more about this remarkable plant. Today, I want to introduce you to the acacia, a fascinating genus of plants. Acacias are woody legumes or shrubs that belong to the Mimosacea subfamily. They are particularly notable for their adaptability and diverse forms. Native to Australia, these plants have spread across all the inhabited continents, except Europe. This wide distribution highlights their incredible resilience and ecological importance. There are over 1,500 species of acacia worldwide, which is quite a remarkable diversity. Interestingly, about 1,200 of these species are endemic to Australia, meaning they are found nowhere else on Earth. This emphasizes Australia's unique role as the heartland of acacia diversity and how these plants are integral to many ecosystems there. Understanding acacias helps us appreciate their ecological significance and their potential uses, which ties into the broader theme of sustainable plant resources. Now, let's take a closer look at the distinctive leaves of acacias. These leaves are quite unique because they take the form of small, finely divided leaflets, which give the leaf stalk a feathery or fern-like appearance. Some acacia species even have phyllodes, which are modified leaf stems that look like leaves but serve different functions. You'll also notice that the leaf stalks are often arranged vertically and can bear thorns or sharp, curved prickles at their base. These features are part of what makes acacias so recognizable and well-adapted to their environments. In addition to their interesting leaf structure, acacias are also distinguished by their small, often fragrant flowers. These flowers can be quite showy and are a key part of their phenology, the timing of their flowering and other life cycle events. Understanding these characteristics helps us appreciate how acacias are adapted to their habitats and their role in the ecosystem. Their leaf structure, thorns, and fragrant flowers all contribute to their survival and reproductive success, aligning with the overall theme of plant adaptation and diversity. Let's talk about the flowering period of these species. Typically, flowering happens during the dry season or just before the monsoon arrives. This timing can vary depending on the specific species and where they are located. In India, you'll notice that many acacia species tend to flower between February and May. However, some species bloom a bit later, around June and July. Understanding this flowering pattern is important because it's closely linked to the environmental conditions and the overall life cycle of the plant. It also plays a role in pollination and the ecosystem dynamics during these dry months. So, these flowering times are not random. They are adapted to maximize the plant's reproductive success in different regional climates. Now, let's talk about the fruiting period. After the flowering stage, the plant enters the fruiting phase, which often coincides with the monsoon season. This timing is crucial because the monsoon provides the necessary moisture for the fruits to develop properly. Typically, the fruits take about 3 to 6 months to mature after flowering, so there's a clear timeline for when we can expect the fruits to be ready for harvesting. Moving on to seed dispersal, this generally happens once the pods have fully matured. You'll often see seed dispersal occur in the late monsoon or early post-monsoon seasons, aligning with the end of the fruit development cycle. It's important to note that the time it takes for a seed to reach full maturity varies quite a bit depending on the species. For most species, this can be anywhere from 10 to 15 years, which highlights the slow but steady nature of these plants' growth and reproduction cycles. Overall, understanding these timings helps us better appreciate how these plants sustain themselves and contribute to the ecosystem over time. Let's take a closer look at some of the common wattle species found in India. First, we have Acacia myrnsii, commonly known as black wattle. This species is primarily used for tannin production, which is important in the leather industry. You'll find it widely cultivated in states like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, thanks to its high tannin content and adaptability. Next, there's Acacia auriculiformis, or earleaf wattle. This one is especially popular because of its fast growth and ability to adapt to different environments. It's commonly found in tropical regions such as Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Odisha, making it a versatile choice for reforestation and land rehabilitation projects. Finally, we have Acacia mangium, known as mangium wattle. This species is valued for its rapid growth and is used mainly for timber and reforestation efforts. You'll notice it's cultivated mostly in southern India, where its quick development helps meet timber demands and restore degraded lands. Overall, these species play a crucial role in India's forestry and industrial sectors, supporting both economic and environmental goals. Let's take a closer look at some of the acacia species found in India. First, we have Acacia decurrens, commonly known as green wattle. This species was introduced primarily for its tannin, which is useful in various industries, and also as an ornamental plant to enhance landscapes. You'll find it in select regions of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, where it adapts well to the local environment. Next, there's Acacia dealbata, or silver wattle. This one is mostly used as an ornamental species, often planted in gardens and parks to add visual appeal. It thrives in cooler areas, such as the Nilgiris and the northeastern parts of India. Its beautiful silvery foliage makes it a popular choice for beautifying these regions. Finally, we have Acacia leucophylla, known as the white-barked wattle. This is a native species, naturally found in dry deciduous forests. What makes it particularly important is its drought resistance, allowing it to survive and thrive in arid conditions. Its adaptability to dry environments highlights its significance in our native ecosystems. By understanding these species, where they are found, their uses, and their adaptations, we gain a clearer picture of the diversity within the acacia genus and its role in our environment. Let's move on to Slide 8, which focuses on Acacia pycnantha, commonly known as the golden wattle. Although it's rarely cultivated in India, it holds the distinction of being Australia's national floral emblem. This beautiful plant features bright golden flower clusters that create a striking visual impact, and it has distinctive phyllodes instead of traditional leaves. The golden wattle is quite versatile. It's used ornamentally, for gum production, and to a lesser extent for timber. Overall, it highlights the diversity of acacia species and their various uses, connecting to our broader discussion on the importance of different plant species in land management and ecological balance. Acacias are incredibly versatile and can be found thriving in both extremely wet and very dry ecosystems. This adaptability is one of their key silvicultural characteristics. They tolerate a wide temperature range, from about 10 degrees C up to 45 degrees C, which makes them suitable for various climates. They are also strong light demanders, meaning they need plenty of sunlight to grow well, and they are excellent seed producers. Most acacia species produce highly durable seeds that can withstand fire, which is crucial for their survival in fire-prone areas. These seeds can remain viable in the soil for medium to long periods, whether in natural stands or when planted. Some species have the ability to root suckers and coppice, allowing them to regenerate after damage, although in some cases, this ability is quite limited. It's important to note that acacias can be defoliated by grazing animals or damaged by fire, which can influence their growth and regeneration. Additionally, certain acacia species are drought-resistant, enabling them to survive in dry conditions, but they can be frost-tender, meaning they may struggle in colder environments. Understanding these characteristics helps us better manage and utilize acacias in reforestation, agroforestry, and land restoration projects. Propagation is a key aspect of acacia cultivation, and there are several methods to do this successfully. Acacia can be propagated from seed, either through direct sowing into the ground or by starting them in a nursery first. Additionally, techniques like air layering, taking cuttings, grafting, and even tissue culture are effective ways to produce new plants. It's also fascinating to note that many acacia species have a mutually beneficial relationship with ants. These symbiotic relationships often help protect the trees and can even promote healthier growth. When it comes to producing seedlings, timing is critical. The pods should be processed as soon as possible after harvesting to ensure the seeds stay viable. Leaving pods and seeds to dry in the sun for too long isn't advisable because high temperatures, above 43 degrees Celsius, can significantly reduce seed viability. To ensure the seeds remain viable over the long term, proper storage is essential. If stored in airtight containers at cool temperatures, around 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, seeds can retain their ability to germinate for many years. So, understanding these propagation methods and storage practices is crucial for successful acacia cultivation and maintaining healthy, vigorous trees. Let's take a look at the seed numbers per kilogram for these different species. For A. auriculiformis, the range is approximately 30,000 to 62,000 seeds per kilogram. Moving on, A. catechu has about 15,000 to 40,000 seeds per kilogram. A. crassicarpa tends to have around 35,000 to 50,000 seeds. Then we have A. leptocarpa, which has a notably higher seed count, between 60,000 and 120,000 seeds per kilogram. For A. leucophylla, the range is roughly 32,500 to 37,500 seeds. A. mangium stands out with an even broader range, from about 63,000 up to 189,000 seeds per kilogram. Lastly, A. myrnsii has approximately 66,000 to 80,000 seeds per kilogram. These variations are quite significant and highlight how seed production can differ widely among species. Understanding these seed numbers is crucial for planning propagation efforts and ensuring successful plantation establishment, which ties directly into our overall focus on sustainable forestry practices. Let's talk about seed treatment for acacia seeds. As you may know, acacia seeds have a very hard seed coat, which can make germination challenging. To improve germination rates, pretreatment is essential. One effective method is scarification. This involves soaking the seeds in hot water, ideally between 70 and 80 degrees Celsius, for about 12 to 24 hours. The heat helps weaken the seed coat, making it easier for the seed to sprout. Alternatively, you can mechanically scarify the seeds using sandpaper. Just gently rub the seed surface to create small scratches that allow water to penetrate. Another method is acid treatment. Here, you immerse the seeds in concentrated sulfuric acid for a period that depends on the species, typically between 10 and 30 minutes. This process effectively breaks down the seed coat. Afterward, it's crucial to rinse the seeds thoroughly with water to remove any remaining acid residue, ensuring safety and promoting healthy germination. These pretreatment techniques are vital steps in optimizing germination success and are closely linked to the overall goal of establishing healthy, vigorous acacia seedlings. Let's talk about planting now. When we plant, we do so in pits that are about 30 to 45 centimeters deep. The spacing between these pits typically ranges from 2 meters by 2 meters up to 4 meters by 4 meters, but this can vary depending on the specific purpose of the planting. It's important to remember that acacia species are pioneers. They thrive in full sunlight, so they need open, well-lit areas to develop properly. In the first year after planting, we need to be extra careful. Protecting young trees from livestock is crucial because animals tend to browse on young shoots, which can hinder growth. Additionally, we need to keep the area weed-free, paying special attention to removing climbers, creepers, and vines that might compete with the young trees for nutrients and space. This initial care helps ensure healthy growth and sets a strong foundation for the future development of the plantation. Let's talk about rotation periods for these different plantations. For A. mangium, we typically fell the plantations for pulpwood between 6 to 8 years after planting. If we're aiming for sawn timber, the rotation extends to about 15 to 20 years. Moving on to A. myrnsii, these trees are usually harvested at around 8 years old, primarily to collect bark for tannin production. In contrast, A. auriculiformis is harvested after approximately 10 to 12 years, while A. leucophylla is harvested at around 12 years. Now, looking at A. nilotica, the rotation is quite a bit longer, about 30 years if we're focusing on timber. but if we're harvesting for tannin, it's usually between 15 to 20 years. This species yields around 23.02 cubic meters of wood per hectare. At that 30-year mark, it also produces about 8 to 10 tons of pods per hectare, which are valuable not only for timber but also as fodder, along with the leaves and pods. These rotation periods are crucial because they influence the economic returns and sustainability of each plantation type, tying back to our overall goal of sustainable forestry and optimal resource use. Let's talk about pest and disease management, which is crucial for healthy nursery and plantation practices. First, damping off is considered the most serious disease in nurseries. It's caused by a variety of fungi, and if not controlled, it can wipe out young seedlings very quickly. To manage this, we often apply Bavastin at a concentration of 0.1 to 0.2% as a foliar drench, which helps prevent the fungi from spreading. Moving on to plantations, heart rot is the most significant disease affecting A. mangium. It tends to invade through wounds on branches, often caused by pruning, and is also called white rot because the affected wood turns whitish and becomes spongy. Recognizing this helps us take early action to prevent extensive damage. Next, we have the red coffee borer larvae. They tunnel into young twigs and stems, particularly on A. mangium and A. auriculiformis. These pests can cause serious damage if not detected early, so monitoring for tunnels or larvae is key. Finally, termites pose a serious threat to young seedlings. They feed on the roots or stems near ground level and can penetrate all the way to the heartwood, weakening the entire plant structure. Managing termites effectively is vital because once they establish, they can severely impair seedling growth and plantation productivity. All these pests and diseases underscore the importance of integrated management practices to maintain healthy trees and ensure successful cultivation. Acacia species are incredibly versatile and have been utilized in many different ways across industries, ecosystems, and cultures. When it comes to timber and wood products, they really shine. For example, their wood makes excellent firewood because of its high calorific value, which means it burns hot and efficiently. This makes it especially valuable in rural and semi-urban areas where people rely heavily on firewood for cooking and heating. In addition to firewood, acacia wood is also used for timber in construction, furniture, and fencing. The wood from species like Acacia nilotica and Acacia mangium is known for being strong and durable, making it suitable for a range of practical applications. Another important use is charcoal production. Particularly, Acacia myrnsii is prized for producing high-quality charcoal. This type of charcoal burns well and is often preferred for grilling and industrial uses. Overall, these uses highlight the importance of acacia species in providing sustainable resources that support local livelihoods and industries. Let's talk about some important non-timber forest products, or NTFPs, that come from acacia trees. First, gum production. Trees like Acacia senegal and Acacia nilotica produce gum arabic. This natural gum is actually used widely in our daily lives, from food products to pharmaceuticals and even adhesives. It's a great example of how forest products support various industries. Moving on to tannin extraction, certain acacia species, such as Acacia myrnsii and Acacia catechu, have bark that's rich in tannins. These tannins are essential in leather tanning and dyeing processes, helping transform raw hides into durable leather and adding color to textiles. Then there are resins, which are another valuable product. Acacia trees produce resins that are used in varnishes and many other industrial applications. These resins are vital in manufacturing and finishing products. Now, beyond these products, acacia trees also play a crucial role in soil improvement. They form symbiotic relationships with rhizobium bacteria, which means they can fix atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. This process naturally enriches soil fertility, making these trees especially valuable in degraded lands or on slopes where soil erosion is a concern. Their roots also help prevent soil erosion, stabilizing the land and supporting ecological restoration. So overall, acacias are not just useful for timber. They provide a range of non-timber products that benefit industries and help sustain healthy ecosystems. Now, let's talk about some of the key ecological and environmental benefits of these planting strategies. First, afforestation is particularly effective for reclaiming degraded lands and areas that have been deforested. It helps restore ecosystems, improve soil quality, and support biodiversity. Next, windbreaks and shelter belts play a crucial role in protecting both crops and settlements from wind erosion. By reducing wind speed, they help prevent soil loss and shield communities from harsh weather effects. Moving on to carbon sequestration, fast-growing species like Acacia auriculiformis are especially valuable because they can absorb and store significant amounts of carbon dioxide, contributing to climate change mitigation efforts. Finally, these trees also provide fodder and forage. Their leaves, pods, and seeds serve as nutritious food sources for livestock, which is vital in arid regions where resources are limited. For example, Acacia nilotica and Acacia tortilis are highly valued in such areas for their fodder qualities. All these benefits connect directly to our overall theme of sustainable land management and environmental conservation, highlighting how strategic planting can support both ecological health and human needs. Thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to be here today. Throughout this presentation, we've explored some key ideas about our project and the impact it can have. I hope you've gained a clear understanding of the goals, the strategies, and the potential benefits. Remember, the success of this initiative depends on our collective effort and commitment. So, thank you once again for your attention, your questions, and your enthusiasm. I'm excited about what we can achieve together moving forward.